Well, the mere fact that Tchaikovsky's Fifth Symphony has to be amongst the top 10 most performed symphonies on the planet is a pretty good recommendation. All those people, all those fans, all those conductors and orchestral players can't all be wrong. It's quintessential Tchaikovsky. It's packed full of glorious melodic ideas, almost an embarrassment of riches in that regard. No sooner have you got your head round one particular melody and one particular idea, then he throws in another 2 or 3 or 4, and it's like, oh my gosh. There's this ravishing slow movement with perhaps the finest horn solo ever written. One of the main reasons why I wanted to program the Fifth Symphony is because we've got a really wonderful principal horn. In the Second World War, the Leningrad Philharmonic were playing in a famous performance. The Fifth Symphony was being actually relayed to London on the radio when bombs actually started falling in the second movement, in this glorious, serene horn and cello moment. And they kept playing right through to the end, through the bombing of Leningrad. If anything can be fateful, then that was. So we get off to a fairly light-hearted start. The Prokofiev is a fun piece. He wrote it originally for a small ensemble of strings and clarinet and piano. And it is indeed reputedly based on Jewish themes. I'm not sure that any scholar has been able to actually tie down exactly which ones, but it's unmistakably flavored with all that sort of klezmer fun and games. And in the best klezmer tradition, it tends to get faster and faster and faster, and then makes us all stop again, and then builds and builds and builds again. Shostakovich's Violin Concerto is an absolute tour de force. This is seriously good music. It's an incredible work. It's 4 movements on a sort of symphonic scale, and after this rather melancholy, brooding opening movement, we've got this incredible Shostakovich mercurial scherzo, which is an absolute workout for solo violinist and the orchestra. A beautiful passacaglia, which is like a sort of theme and variations on a bass line, ends with the most extraordinary cadenza that I think has ever been written for the solo violin, and that dashes straight into this brilliant finale. We could not be in better hands than with James Ehnes. I happen to know he plays it phenomenally well. I think he might have the most beautiful instrument I have ever had to accompany. Of course, it's the way he plays it, but it happens to be the most fabulous Stradivarius that I've ever accompanied. So just to come and hear his fiddle alone is worth the price of admission.